All right, guys, let's just have a little fun here and talk some numbers. Now, the only reason I'm going to do this one is because I have all of these watches currently being loaned in for video. So I wanted to take the opportunity instead of doing them all individually, because a lot of these cross over and compete for our attention or our hard-earned money. So what I did is I took all of these models, and I'll put a link down in the description to the model numbers and the price that I found. You can do this. Basically, I logged into my eBay, I put in condition used or pre-owned, and I looked at the sold listings, because realistically, that's what all these are in varying conditions. Some are like new, like this one's probably never really been worn. It still has tags and everything on it. And some of them have more wear on them, like the strap is well used and broken in. So varying degrees here. And that's what you're going to find in the real world when you log into whatever forum you're on or eBay or whatever you're going to use. If you're shopping pre-owned, that's what we're going to talk about here right now. So I'm going to start off, and we're going to hold up all these, and we're going to compare them, sizes and everything like that. Now, I'm not going to talk about exact sizes. I guess I could break out the mic and show you, but I think just being able to see them next to each other, I think is going to help you decide which one's going to work for you. And all the specs are out there. If you go look at videos on each individual piece, you're going to be able to find the actual measurements on it. So I'll put each one on my wrist, 7 1/4 wrist, so you can get a size comparison that way. And hopefully this video will help you. But basically, if you're looking for a used Seiko Skx on eBay, I discovered you're looking at around $150. Now that's going to, this is on the 009. Of course, there's a 007. There's a bunch of different models or colorways of this, both JDM models, or J models, bracelets, non-bracelets, all that good stuff. So we're not going to get hung up on that. I just looked up Seiko Skx 009, pre-owned, sold. It seems like a lot of them hover around $150. I still think that is a really good automatic diver watch if you're not, even if you are super experienced and you haven't had one, or maybe you've had one, you got rid of it, you can chime in the comments. A lot of times we'll end up rebuying these. So that leads me to believe that it is probably a really good watch to maybe even start with in your journey. So, and many people have already talked about that in the past. So the next up from that, which is going to add the hand winding and the hacking of the 4R movement, because that one has the 7S26 movement in it, which is, you just shake it. It's automatic, but you're not going to be able to wind, and you're not going to be able to hack or stop the seconds hand. But the rest of the functions, it's just a really good all-around automatic watch. Now, if you step up to, say, the Seiko Turtle, this is the Patty one, the Srp A21. This one, you're going to be able to, you can see the seconds hand's not moving. You unscrew the crown, you can wind this thing up, and you're going to see that seconds hand start to move. So if you are hung up on that, I'm not. A lot of automatic guys are not. You can wear it or shake it, and it's going to get going. Now, a lot of us do like to hack or stop the seconds hand so you can time it to the actual time, but it's still not a deal breaker. I really don't think so anyway. So the Patty Turtles, surprisingly, had a pretty low price on them. Now, I will caution people, because there are a lot of fake Patty Turtles out there. So, do shop the seller and make sure you have a good one. But these tend to go for around $200 on eBay, pre-owned, used. They do come on a bracelet. This owner included a strap with it. He liked it on the strap, but it also has the bracelet in the kit. So sometimes you get a little extras. The extras really shouldn't add to the price. It might make it more sellable at that $200 range, but it does not, if you throw a rubber strap on here and you paid $50 for it, it doesn't mean the watch is $250 now. It just means you might get a buyer quicker because it has an extra item on it. So I was kind of surprised to see the Patty Turtle be about the, just a touch more, $50 more than the SKX. So you can see size-wise, they're quite different. So similar case shapes and everything like that, but overall size. Now I'll try them all on at the end so you can see them on my wrist. Now the Srp 777, which was one of the earlier releases, actually was on eBay showing higher numbers than the Patty Turtle. Kind of strange, I thought, but nevertheless, it's still a very good classic looking watch. And if you're just looking for a good, clean Seiko automatic watch with hand winding and hacking, really nice tight crown, this is just a really good all-around watch. I'm finding them about the same as the Patty. So you're going to get an all black and white type watch. It's going to be on the strap, which you can see this one wears in really nice. It ends up getting a nice look to it. So there's that guy. So also in that category, I think, is the Orient Triton. So here I have a blue model and a black model, which I believe still is the only two current colorways. They have, as far as I know, they haven't come out with anything else. They're very Seiko-like, you know, with the offset crown. Even the bezel action is very similar to the Seiko, if not identical, I guess. Now you do have a power reserve indicator on the dial, so when you unscrew the crown, I just maxed both these out so you can't see them climb, but as you wind it, you'll see that climb, okay? Now I will say every Orient Triton I've had on the channel, and you also will get a hack on it, has a wobbly crown. Every single one that I've had on here has a wobbly crown. So I don't think it's just the ones that I'm getting in here. I am now in the camp that believes that all Orient Tritons have a little bit of wobbly crown. Does that mean it's a bad watch? No, it just means it has a little bit of a wobbly crown. You know, how often, like if you wear it on the regular, how often are you really pulling that out and messing with it? You know, you're going to pull it out, set the time, push it back in, screw it in, no big deal. So size-wise and weight-wise, these are definitely heavier. And I'll grab the scale and I'll show you a couple of weights in a little bit. But if you look at the size of these guys, here it is next to the Skx. So you can see it is definitely larger, much longer lug to lug, but it does get drilled lugs, signed crown, really good case finishing on it, nice bevel, you know, body to it. It's overall like a really, really good watch. And the price point on these I'm finding on eBay, pre-owned, sold, actual sold listings are, you know, in between $250 and $300. So definitely an option. You know, it's, you know, closer to say like a Turtle, and size wise it's actually not too far off as well, but it's a totally different case shape. I really think the Orient Triton kind of competes a little bit heavier with, say, the Seiko SBDC 063, this guy here, or the MM200. So case size wise, it's very close to that. You know, I think you can kind of see that here in the video. So, but this guy here has the 6R15 movement in it. I forget what the movement is in the Orient. You'll look it up. But I will say there's like other subtle differences that the Orient's really cool about. I mean, the case back is really nice, really good punched out. Of course, solid end links. I mean, a lot of it's very Seiko-like. So, whereas on the SBDC, you're going to get milled out here in their part, but you're going to get stamped on the rest of it. Nice bracelet and really nice dial layout. Much better crown feel to it. It's not as wobbly. A little bit of wobble to it, so don't be afraid of a little wobble. It's not that big of a deal. So, and there are more colorways of the MM200. This one is the black dial with the blue-ish bezel. You can kind of see there in the light. I find these pre-owned, sold listings on eBay for about $450. So you're talking about $150 to $200 more than the Orient. So, but overall, I think better case finishing, a little bit different, but size-wise, it's very similar. So, all right, now last up I'm going to bring is the SBDC 053. That's not true. I'm going to bring another one out in a minute, but again, this one is, you know, you're going to have the 3 o'clock crown on it instead of the offset one like everything else, but it has the 6R. I believe it's 6R, right? Maybe it's the 4R in this one. I can't remember. No, it's definitely the 6R. Let's check that crown. A little bit of crown wobble in it. Not a deal breaker, but similar handset to the other MM200, but the big difference is the overall case, which oddly enough, I think this is technically a smaller case, but it wears bigger on wrist. So it's going to be a little bit of an optical illusion. And I know I said I wasn't going to do measurements, but I got to show you a couple things. So like just under 43 or about 43. And if you look at this guy here, you're looking at just, almost 44. So a little bit of an optical illusion, like when you look at them, and it's because of the case shape and the dial size and everything, the way it's laid out. I mean, to me, it looks like this guy here is larger, but technically it's smaller. So, but they both wear great. So you can see there next to the Skx. Try to give you guys a decent comparison of everything, so you guys can kind of see. I think wrist shot will be a big one, and then all of them have really good loom. So, but I just think these all really compete really well with each other. Kind of throw an oddball in the mix here. I know this video is going long, but the SBDC 067 or the Blue Coral Monster. Now this guy pre-owned and sold listings on eBay are about $400. So it's kind of right in there with the, the 5.3 and the 6.3 if you want to do something a little bit different. The Monster, I think, definitely fits that category. It's going to have, this one's also going to have a 6R in it. So you're going to have your hack and your hand wind, a little bit of crown wobble. See, I know I'm a crown wobble snob, but even the Monsters have it. They're my favorite watch. So, so you can see there, size-wise, how much different they look when you do a shroud and a full metal bezel. All right, so let's do a little trying on the wrist. I was playing around with this guy for a little bit. This is on loan. All right, let's start out with the Monster because I'm biased. So there you can see the Monster on my 7 1/4. Always a pleasure to strap the Seiko Monster on my wrist. I'm a big fan of all metal bezels and offset crowns. Set that off to the side. Let's try on this SBDC 063 if I can. Also wears great on my 7 1/4. You're just going to have that 3 o'clock crown, but it doesn't dig or anything. There's no hot spots. I mean, Seiko has mastered case design and, a level of comfort that it's difficult for a lot of other brands to capture, I think. All right, let's pop this guy off. I tore the tag off. That's good times. Let's do the Srp 777. I know I'm known for tearing apart turtles, but to be honest with you, the turtle actually works really good on my wrist. And, if you were worried about getting into an Skx, if your wrist can support it, then I do actually recommend the Seiko Turtle. It gives you pretty much all of the extras that the Skx doesn't do, unless you're going to get that newer 5KX, which is not going to have a screw-down crown, but there's a bunch of different colorways to pick. So, but these are all still, I mean, really, if you look at the Skx or the Turtles, they are, and the Orient Tritons, they're still less money than that new 5KX. So let's try on the black Triton. You can see there to my 7 1/4. Totally good fit. It's going to have a little more heft to it than the other watches. Try to hurry up through this. I know this video is going long. If I add the weights in there, it's going to go even longer, but I will throw a couple weights on there. There, the MM200, awesome watch. Probably, like I said, it kind of feels like about the same size as the Triton, but it's definitely more premium than the Triton. All right, let's, I'll weigh them and I'll just put the measurements down in the description. I'm not going to give, this video is already going super long. So let me give you a loom shot, guys. There you go. They all have killer loom. No disappointment there at all. So thanks for watching. And I know the video went long, but I think a lot of people would like to see all these watches together. So I'll catch you on the next vid, guys. Thanks.